Here I am at the end of round 21. Here's my last chain 2, and here's the beginning cluster. To connect, we're just going to do a slip stitch into the top of this cluster here to connect like that. And this is my piece at the end of this round. Okay, now for round 22. Round 22, we're going to start off with a slip stitch into the next chain 2 space right here. And then we are going to work a beginning 2 double crochet cluster, chain 2, 2 double crochet cluster into the same space, just like normal. So chain 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 2, that's our first cluster, chain 2, yarn over, insert your hook into the same space, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook into the same space, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And that completes our first thing here. Now we're going to chain 2 and single crochet into the next chain 2 space. So chain 2 and single crochet into the next chain 2 space, and that's going to lead us to our treble crochets. The 4 treble crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4. Into each of the treble crochets, we are going to do a 2 double crochet popcorn, followed by a chain 2. So to do a 3 double crochet popcorn, you yarn over and do 3 double crochets into the stitch. So here's our first treble crochet. Into that first one, you're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, all into that same stitch right there. And now you're going to remove your hook, insert your hook into the first double crochet you made, put the loop back onto the hook, and pull it through. That's your first popcorn. Now you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and do the same thing into the next stitch. 3 double crochet. I'll show you once again. 1, 2, and 3. Remove your hook, insert your hook into the first double crochet, put the loop back onto the hook, pull it through, followed by chain 2. You're going to do that 2 more times. Okay, so let's do that. 1, there we go. Once you're done your last 4th popcorn, you're not going to chain 2. Instead, you're going to go directly into the next chain 2 space, single crochet. And now you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and here you're back at your clusters where you're going to do 2 double crochet cluster, chain 2, 2 double crochet cluster, followed by chain 2, single crochet into the next chain 2 space. Then you're here where you're going to do 4 popcorns with chain 2 in between. Then you're going to single crochet into your last space here, chain 2, and you're back at your clusters. Okay, so just like that. Alright, so do that all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Here we are at the end of round 22. I've done my last chain 2, and this is the beginning of our round. To connect, we're going to slip stitch into the beginning cluster of our round, the top of the cluster, just like normal, how we've done in the previous rounds. And this is my piece at the end of this round. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now for the next round, round 23. For round 23, it's very similar to the round we just did. We're going to start off with a slip stitch into this chain space here, and then we're going to chain 2 because we're going to be working our beginning 2 double crochet cluster, so 1, 2, and we're just going to work the beginning double crochet cluster like normal. Complete a double crochet. Now we're going to chain 2 and work a 2 double crochet cluster into the same space, just like normal. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, like that. Now we are going to chain 2 and do a single crochet into this next chain 2 space here, and that'll lead us to our popcorns. We're going to chain 1. We're going to do a popcorn in here, chain 2, popcorn in here, chain 2, popcorn in here, into each of the chain 3 chain 2 spaces. So let's do that. Popcorn. So the same way that we did it in the previous round. 3 double crochet popcorn, followed by chain 2 in between. Okay, so after you're done your 3rd popcorn, you're going to chain 1, single crochet into this chain 2 space, and then you're back here at your clusters. You're going to chain 2, do 2 double crochet cluster, chain 2, 2 double crochet cluster, same thing as the previous round. And then after that you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then you're back here. Going to single crochet into this chain 2 space, chain 1, and then you have your 3 chain 2 spaces. You're going to do your popcorns into each of those, followed by chain 2 in between, just how we did here. And then you're going to chain 1, single chain to this next chain space, chain 2, and you're here at your clusters once again. So that's the pattern all the way around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. We are at the end of round 23. This is what my piece will look like at the end of this round. Okay, we're going to connect it. Alright, so I've done my last chain 2. Here's my last chain 2. And we're going to connect it like normal, just do a slip stitch into the beginning first cluster here. Like that to connect. Okay, and that's our piece at the end of this round. Now for the next round, round 24, sorry. For round 24, we're going to slip stitch into the first chain space like normal, and we're going to do a beginning cluster, which is chain 2 and single double crochet into this same space. Now we're going to chain 2 and do that 2 more times. So we're going to have 3 clusters into this space with chain 2 in between. And one more, chain 2 and one more. So we do the clusters the exact same way as we've done it before, followed by chain 2. Okay, so like that, 3 clusters. Now you are going to single crochet. After you chain 2, you're going to single crochet into this next chain 2 space. And then the chain 1 spaces all the way around, we're going to skip. So we're not going to do anything in the chain 1 spaces. Instead, we're going to chain 1 like normal. And we're here at our popcorns. In between the spaces, we're going to do a popcorn again. Okay, so that's a 3 double crochet popcorn, followed by chain 2 in between. Chain 2, and then here's our next space here. We're going to do another popcorn into there. 1, 2, 3, and finish that popcorn. Okay, after your second popcorn, you're going to chain 1, and here's our next chain 2 space. We're going to single crochet into there. Then you're going to chain 2 like normal, and you're back here at your clusters where you're going to do 3 clusters in here, followed by chain 2 in between. Okay, so 2 double crochet clusters, followed by chain 2 in between. And we do the clusters just like normal, just how we've done it in the previous rounds. Okay, and then chain 2, and then that's going to be the pattern all the way around. Alright, so after you do your chain 2, you are here. You will do a single chain to this chain 2 space. Then you will chain 1, popcorn into this next chain 2 space, chain 2, popcorn into this next chain 2 space, chain 1, single crochet into this next chain 2 space, chain 2, and you're at your clusters where you do cluster, chain 2, cluster, chain 2, cluster. So 1, 2, 3 clusters followed by chain 2 in between. Then you're going to chain 2, single chain to this next chain 2 space, and then your chain 1, you're going to be here back at your popcorn. So that's the pattern all the way around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. Here I am at the end of round 24. I've done my last chain 2, and here's the beginning cluster of the round. To connect, I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that beginning cluster like normal to connect, and this is my piece at the end of this round. Okay, now for round 25. For round 25, we're going to slip stitch into the first chain 2 space right here. We're going to do the same thing again, 2 clusters. So do a beginning 2 double crochet cluster, which is chain 2, and do a double crochet into the same space, followed by chain 2, and do another cluster into there, which is the same way as we've done it before, like that. And now we are going to chain 2, single crochet into this next, do 2 clusters into the next chain 2 space. Okay. same way as we've done it previously. Followed by chain 2 and your last cluster. Like that, followed by chain 2. Okay, so that's what I did. I did 2 clusters, 1, 2, with the chain 2 in between. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 2 in between. Now here's our chain 2 space. We're going to single crochet into this chain 2 space. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to skip the chain 1 like normal, like previous rounds, all the way around. We're going to skip the chain 1, so we're not going to work into that. After we chain 2 and we skip this chain 1, we are here at this chain 2 space. We're going to do our last popcorn, and then we do the popcorn the exact same way as we've done in the previous rounds. 3 double crochets. Followed by chain 2, single crochet into this next chain 2 space, followed by chain 2, and you're here where you're going to do your clusters once again. Okay, so that's the pattern all the way around. Okay, it's very similar to the previous rounds. After you chain 2, you are here at your first chain 2 space. You're going to do 2 clusters, followed by chain 2 in between. Then you're going to chain 2, and you're here at your next chain 2 space. You're going to do 2 clusters, followed by chain 2 in between. Then you're going to chain 2, single crochet into this next chain 2 space, chain 2, and you're here. You're going to do a popcorn. Then you're going to chain 2, single crochet in this next chain 2 space, and you're here, chain 2, back at your next pair of 2 clusters. Okay, with chain 2 in between, all the way around. That's the pattern all the way around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. Here we are at the end of round 26. I've done my last chain 2. Here's the beginning cluster. We're just going to connect like normal with the slip stitch into the top of that cluster to connect, and this is my piece at the end of this round. Now for the next round, round 26. For round 26, we're going to start off by slip stitching into this first chain space, and then we're going to work our clusters like normal. Start with the beginning 2 double crochet cluster. And now we're going to chain 2 and do our second 2 double crochet cluster into the same space. Like that. Now chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have our chain 2 space in the middle here. We're going to single crochet into there. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're here where your next clusters will be. So we're going to do another 2 clusters into there. This chain 2 space, chain 2 in between like normal, like that. Okay, so we've done that. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. After we chain 3, we're going to skip this first chain 2 space, and we have 2 on either side of this popcorn. We're going to do a single crochet decrease, and remember that is a go into this space, pull loop through, go into the next space, pull loop through, 3 loops unhook, and over pull through all 3 loops. Now you're going to chain 3. Our piece looks like that, and then we're going to skip this chain 2 space here and work our clusters once again over here. Okay, so let me do that. Followed by chain 2 in between these clusters. So after your first group of clusters, like that, you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into this next chain 2 space in between the 2 groups of clusters. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make another 2 clusters, and then you're going to chain 3. 1 cluster, chain 2 in between, followed by chain 3, and you're back here with your decrease. Okay, so that's what our piece will look like at the end. So that's going to be the pattern all the way around. Once you finish your chain 3, you're going to skip this first chain 2 space and into the second chain 2 space, and this one here, but beside the popcorn, you're doing a single crochet decrease, and you're going to chain 3, skip this next chain 2 space, and then you're back here at your group of 2 double crochet clusters with chain 2 in between. Then you're going to chain 4, single crochet into this next chain 2 space, chain 4, and you will do another group of 2 double crochet clusters with chain 2 in between, chain 3, and you're here at the popcorn where you're going to do your single crochet decrease. So that's the pattern all the way around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. Here we are at the end of this round, round 26. I've done my last chain 3, and we're just going to connect our piece. Here's the beginning double crochet cluster of the round. We're just going to slip stitch into that just like normal to connect. Nothing new here. Okay, and this was our piece at the end of this round. Okay, and this is what it looks like so far. Okay, now for the next round, round 27. For round 27, we're going to start off by slip stitching into this next chain space here, this first one here. And we're going to do the same thing, the 2 clusters, so work your beginning cluster, chain 2, and a 2 double crochet cluster into the same space, like that. Now we are going to do 2 single crochet into this first chain 4 space, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and then we're going to do 5 double crochet into this single crochet here, 5 double crochet into there. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and yarn over, insert your hook, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, 3, 4, and the last one here, 5 double crochet, and then we're going to do 2 single crochet back into this next chain 4 space, 1 and 2, like that. And we're here at our next cluster where we're going to do 2 clusters, 2 double crochet cluster, chain 2, 2 double crochet cluster, just like how we've done previously. Chain 2 and our final cluster. Okay, after we've done that, this is what it looks like. We are going to chain 1, skip all of this, skip this chain 3 space, skip this chain 3 space, and we're back here at our clusters where we're going to do our 2 clusters, chain 2, 2 clusters. Okay, just like normal. And then we are at our chain 3 spaces where we're going to do the same thing that we did right here. Okay, so that's going to be the pattern all the way around. After we do our first cluster, we are here at our chain 3 space. We're going to do 2 single crochet, then we're going to do 5 double crochet into the single crochet, then we're going to do 2 single crochet into this next chain 4 space, then we are going to do our next 2 double crochet cluster, chain 2, 2 double crochet cluster, then we will chain 1, skip this, and we're back here at our next cluster where we'll do our cluster once again, just like that. So that's the pattern all the way around. I will meet you at the end of this round. Here we are at the end of round 27. I've done my last chain 1, and here's the beginning cluster to connect. We're going to connect it at the top of that cluster like normal with a slip stitch to connect, and this is my piece at the end of this round. Okay, and up close. Now for round 28. For round 28, we're going to start off with a chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do 2 double crochet into the same top of this cluster here, to the same stitch. 2 double crochet into there, 1 and 2. Like that. Now we are here where we're going to skip this chain 2 space, and we're going to do a single crochet into this cluster as well as the next 2 single crochet. So we're going to go on top of this cluster, do a single crochet, into the next single crochet, and into the next single crochet, a single crochet, and that's going to lead us to our double crochets here. We're going to skip the first 2 double crochet, and into the third we're going to do 5 double crochet into this top third one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like that. And then essentially we're going to repeat what we did here over here again. So we're going to skip the next two double crochet, single crochet into the next 2 single crochet plus this cluster here. Okay, so I'm going to do that, the first single crochet, the second single crochet, and this cluster we're going to single crochet into there. Now we are going to do 3 double crochet on top of this next cluster, and we're going to skip this chain 2 space. Skip this chain 2 space, do 3 double crochet on top of this cluster. 1, 2, and 3, and that's going to lead us to here, this chain 1 space. We're in this chain 1 space, we're going to do 1 double crochet into this space. Okay, and then that's going to be the pattern essentially all the way around. So this is what we made. It'll look like that. And then we're just going to repeat all the way around. So after we do a double crochet here, we are going to do 3 double crochet into this first cluster, then skip this chain 2 space, 1 single crochet into this next cluster, 1 single crochet into the next 2 single crochet here, and that's going to lead us to your double crochets. You're going to skip the first 2 and do 5 double crochet into this third one here. Then you're going to repeat back here. Skip the next 2 double crochet, do 1 single crochet into the next 2 single crochet and into the next cluster here. Then you're going to skip this chain 2 space and do 3 double crochet into this last cluster here. And then you are here at your chain 1 where you're going to do 1 double crochet into this chain 1 space and then repeat. That's the pattern all the way around. I will meet you at the end of this round. Here we are at the end of round 28. I've done my last double crochet into this chain 1 space, and now we're just going to connect. We're going to connect into the third chain at beginning chain 3 with a slip stitch, counting from the bottom 1, 2, 3 with a slip stitch to connect. Okay, and this is my piece at the end of this round. Okay. Now for the last round, round 29. For round 29, we're going to chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch. So chain 1, single crochet into that same third chain of chain 3. And now we're going to work a picot. So a picot is chain 3 and substitch into that single crochet we just made. So same how we did the picot way back here. Picot right there. Same way we did the picot. And now we are going to single crochet in the next double crochet and work a picot 2 times. So we're going to single crochet into this next double crochet here. Work a picot, 1, 2, 3, substitch in that same single crochet we just made. And one more time into the next double crochet, single crochet into there, chain 3, and slip stitch into that single crochet we just made. So that's what we've done. Okay, so we have single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, 3 single crochets next. We're going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So the 3 single crochets plus the first double crochet here, we're going to single crochet into. So let's do that. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, the third one, and single crochet into this first double crochet. That's 4 stitches. Now we're going to work a picot, so chain 3, slip stitch into that single crochet we just made. Now we're going to single crochet in the next double crochet and work a picot 4 times. So single crochet into the next double crochet, so this is 1, work a picot 1, 2, 3, slip stitch into that single crochet we just made. Okay, so we did that once. We're going to do it 3 more times for a total of 4. So single crochet into the next stitch, picot, that completes 2, single crochet into the next stitch, picot, 3, and the last one, single crochet into the last stitch, picot. And that would have used up all your double crochets, and you're back here at your 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3. We're going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches, so the 3 single crochet here plus the first double crochet, 1, 2, 3 single crochet, and we have our first double crochet here. We're going to single crochet into that for our 4 stitches, and now we're just going to work a picot, chain 3, slip stitch into that single crochet we just made. So that's what we've done so far. Okay, now we're going to begin the repeat of this pattern. To begin this repeat of this pattern, we're going to single crochet in the next double crochet and work a picot 6 times. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's going to use up all your remaining double crochets here. Okay, so single crochet, picot, 1, the next one,
single crochet, picot, 2, the next one, single crochet, picot. We finished 3 more, single crochet into the next one. 4 is done, the next one 5. And the last double crochet here, 6.
Complete that picot like that. Okay. After you do that 6 times, we are here at our 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and our first double crochet here. We're going to do the same thing again, 1 single crochet into each of those 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to work a picot. Single crochet in the next double crochet and work a picot 4 times. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be the remaining 4 double crochet here. So single crochet into the next stitch, work a picot 4 times. That's 1.
That's 2. The next one. That's 3, and the last one here. That's 4. Okay.
Now we are going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So we have 3 single crochet plus our first double crochet once again. So single crochet into each of those 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to work a picot. Okay, and then we're just going to repeat, starting with a single crochet in the next double crochet, and then work a picot 6 times. So that'll bring us to these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets, and that'll lead us to our single crochets once again. Okay, so that's going to be the pattern all the way around. It's going to look like that. And we're going to do that all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Here we are at the end of this round. I've done my last 4 picots, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's our beginning 3, 5, 6, and 7. So we're just going to connect to finish this off. To connect, we're just going to do a slip stitch into the beginning single crochet of the round. So that's right here. Here's the beginning single crochet. This is a slip stitch. This is our single crochet. We're going to slip stitch into that single crochet like that, and just pull the loop, cut the yarn, pull it through, and we're going to tie it in, and that finishes the end of our piece. Okay, so this is our piece at the end of this round. At this point, we have finished the doily, so we're going to block it, flatten it out, and I will show you how to do that right now. Here I am ready to block it. To block it, all I did was attach it to a piece of cardboard with some pins, and we're just going to take our iron and steam it. And we're going to keep steaming it, and what that's going to do is relax all the fibers and let it stretch out and be flat. So we're going to keep doing that, steam it, let it dry, and I will meet you once we're done. Here I am after I finished blocking this piece. This is what it looks like. As you can see, once it's flattened out, each of the areas are really defined. You have the defined spaces that create the lace effect, and you have the defined areas, the popcorns, the different lines, the textures all really come alive once we block it. Okay, so that's the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. If you're interested and you haven't checked out already, I have another tutorial of a sunflower doily on my channel. It's the same size as this doily, so if you're looking for a pair of doilies with different designs, check that tutorial out. You can make it alongside this one here. Okay, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos on my channel, subscribe for more tutorials, and I'll see you in the next one.